If you thought Brabus only made wild versions of Mercedes cars, think again. The company has just revealed something completely different. It's called the Brabus Bodo. And this isn't just another tuned luxury car. It's Brabus's very first coach-built Super GT, created as a tribute to the company's founder, Bodo Buschmann. And with 1,000 horsepower, a twin-turbo V12, and a price of around 1 million euros, it's one of the boldest cars Brabus has ever built. The first surprise is what it's based on. Underneath all the new carbon fiber bodywork is the latest Aston Martin Vanquish. Brabus took Aston Martin's already impressive Grand Tourer and completely transformed it. Instead of simply adding bigger wheels and more power, they redesigned almost every visible panel. The result is a car that looks nothing like the Vanquish, while still keeping its strong engineering underneath. The design is impossible to ignore. The front has a huge grille with vertical slats, large air intakes, and sharp carbon fiber details. Along the sides, the body is much wider than the standard car, with muscular wheel arches and deep side skirts. Around the back, the active rear wing, massive diffuser, and stacked rectangular exhaust tips make it look more like a concept car than something you'll actually see on the road. Almost every exterior panel is made from exposed carbon fiber, helping reduce weight while giving the Bodo its aggressive style. Then there's the engine. Aston Martin's 5.2-liter twin turbocharged V12 was already producing an incredible 835 horsepower. For most companies, that would be more than enough. Brabus clearly had other ideas. They fitted larger turbochargers, improved the intake system, upgraded the cooling, and developed a new stainless steel exhaust. The final result is an even 1,000 horsepower and 1,200 newton meters of torque. Those are numbers you normally expect from limited production hypercars, not a grand touring coupe. Performance is exactly what those numbers suggest. Brabus says the Bodo can reach 100 kilometers per hour, or 62 miles per hour, in just 3 seconds flat. Keep your foot down, and it will continue all the way to an electronically limited top speed of 360 kilometers per hour, or around 223 miles per hour. That makes it even faster than the standard Vanquish, putting it among the quickest front-engine production cars ever made. Of course, building a 1,000 horsepower GT isn't only about straight-line speed. Brabus also worked with KW Suspension to develop a specially tuned electronically controlled suspension system. The car rides on unique forged 21-inch wheels, wrapped in specially developed Continental Sport Contact 7 tires. The carbon ceramic brakes from the Aston Martin remain, giving the Bodo the stopping power needed for a car capable of more than 220 miles per hour. One clever feature is the active aerodynamics. The rear spoiler does not just rise at high speed. It constantly adjusts depending on driving conditions, helping keep the car stable as speeds climb. During heavy braking, it also works as an air brake, adding extra downforce to help slow the car more effectively. It is technology usually seen on hypercars, and it is one more reason why the Bodo is much more than a styling exercise. Inside, you'll still recognize the Aston Martin layout, but Brabus has covered nearly everything in its own materials. There's hand-stitched leather almost everywhere, along with Alcantara, exposed carbon fiber, custom embroidery, and plenty of unique trim pieces. Buyers can personalize almost every detail through Brabus's customization program, meaning it's unlikely that any two Bodos will be exactly the same. That's exactly what customers spending this kind of money expect. The name Bodo is also special. It is not some random marketing idea. The car is named after Brabus founder Bodo Buschmann, who started the company nearly 50 years ago. According to current Chief Executive Officer Konstantin Buschmann, his father had dreamed of creating a completely original Brabus supercar for many years, but never had the chance to make it happen. This project finally turns that dream into reality, making the Bodo both a flagship model and a tribute to the man who built the company. That story also explains why Brabus did not build hundreds of them. Production will be limited to just 77 cars worldwide. The number celebrates the year Brabus was founded, 1977. With such a small production run and a starting price of around 1 million euros before personal customization, the Bodo instantly becomes one of the rarest Brabus models ever produced. What's interesting is how much this changes the image of Brabus. For decades, the company has been known for taking Mercedes-Benz models and turning them into faster, louder, and more luxurious machines. More recently, it expanded into boats, motorcycles, motorhomes, and even real estate. Now, with the Bodo, Brabus has entered an entirely new category by creating its own coach-built Grand Tourer. It's a major step beyond simply modifying existing cars. At the same time, this car will probably divide opinions. Some people love the dramatic styling and think it perfectly matches the huge performance figures. Others prefer the cleaner, more elegant look of the Aston Martin Vanquish underneath. Since design is always personal, there probably will not be one right answer. What everyone can agree on is the amount of engineering involved. Transforming an already advanced Grand Tourer car into something this different is an enormous challenge. The price will also spark plenty of debate. For around 1 million euros, buyers could choose from several established supercars or even some hypercars. So why buy the Bodo? For the right customer, it's about exclusivity. Only 77 people will own one. Every example can be heavily personalized, and it represents a piece of Brabus history rather than simply another fast car. It's also worth mentioning that, as of today, Brabus has officially revealed the Bodo and confirmed its core specifications, production number, and pricing. There are no credible reports suggesting higher performance versions or additional body styles at this time. If those ever appear, they'll remain rumors until Brabus officially confirms them. So, is the Brabus Bodo worth the money? That's a question only a handful of buyers will ever have to answer. What isn't really up for debate is that Brabus has built something unlike anything else in its history. It combines Aston Martin engineering, Brabus performance, coach-built craftsmanship, and a deeply personal story behind its name. Whether you love its styling or think it's a little too extreme, the Bodo proves that Brabus isn't afraid to take huge risks. In a world where many performance cars are starting to feel similar, this 1,000 horsepower V12 Grand Tourer stands out immediately. And with naturally aspirated engines disappearing and V12 engines becoming rarer every year, cars like this may not come around very often again.